Priority number 2, make a good decision on which 2 forwards will not be in the lineup. I think this is the harder decision. Which Hudson Fasching do we get this year? Can Kyle McLean repeat? Where does Simon Holmstrom go from here? Does Oliver Wahlstrom get another shot? All of these guys have potential, but it's hard to predict. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's he's right. I would think Simon Holmstrom and Kyle McLean are in the lineup. Hudson Fasching and Oliver Wahlstrom odd man out, but Fasching stays as the 13th forward.
And they might, I don't know if they'll move 2 players, right? Like, did he say they'll have to get rid of 2? Is that what I read correctly?
Well, I mean, think about it. If you go through the lines, I don't think there's a world where 3 of those 4 are in the lineup.
Right. Okay. I see what you're saying. Not just that they have to be moved to the AHL, but like you're going to have one who will be because you need you for the cap. And that means there's another that's going to sit on the bench or in the press box.
So, yeah, like essentially which 2 are in the lineup on the 3rd and 4th line? Because that feels like that's the open spot potentially. Yeah,
because there is. One of the 4s is going to the AHL just for cap reasons. And then Semyon Budzik is the 7th guy, so he's not playing regularly. That means you got one more forward to bring you down to your 20 playing players, if you will, your game day roster.
Yep.
Yeah, of the 3, I feel like Simon Holmstrom's leash is maybe the shortest. I just get a feeling that Patrick Roy wasn't too keen on what he was seeing last year from Simon, because he had some comments about Simon's play, like he needs to get better.
Well, he stunk in the second half. He was only good in the first half. He did essentially nothing the final 30 games.
Yeah, so like, whereas Kyle McLean looked great, no questions, no problems. Hudson Fasching maybe not as much because he wasn't played as much. But I think as a veteran, Hudson Fasching is maybe a little bit more comfortable in what he's doing and what he is, whereas Simon Holmstrom probably isn't, perhaps. But Simon is still 23 years old, man. He should know what he is at this point.
You would really hope so. I think for me, like even worst case scenario, what we got in the second half of last year, like Simon Holmstrom was still a very good shutdown defensive forward.
Yeah,
that's fine on the 4th line. It stinks that that's a 1st round pick, but a young, cheap defensive shut, like you need guys like that. To me, it's all about like what he is offensively, because if he could give you 30 to 40 points, then okay, that's a 3rd line guy instead of a 4th line guy.
That's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
Using him probably on some sort of special teams, at least, maybe second unit on the power play, maybe. Definitely on the PK, which he might still get even if he plays on the 4th line. But the minutes start to go up, so the use and the value to the team goes up, which is a lot more bang for your buck than you got a 4th liner, which is fine. We'll take it because you need him. But you're right. If you're going to be reaching for this guy at 19th overall, was it? No, 21st.
It was in the 20s somewhere.
I think it's 24th. I backed myself up. 23rd. I didn't even get it right. Although according to Cap Wages, it's 23rd. They put the TH. I thought that's funny. 23rd overall in 2019. I thought it was 24th. Anyways, when you're drafting in the 1st round, you don't want to be just getting 4th liners. Again, fine, but you're right. You want to get something a little bit higher than that. But hopefully we can get that 40-point Simon Holmstrom. But I think that's what training camp is, like you said, aptly. It's going to come down to those 3 guys who sticks, because Oliver Wahlstrom has to beat all of them and some, so good luck for that. And then one of these guys has to prove they're on the game day 20 and not sitting in the press box with Semyon Budzik and Semyon Varlamov. Not even Varley still gets a seat on the bench. So
he's going to be up there with Lou.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.